on? How you feeling?
Man, I'm good, man.
Yeah, you good?
Good, definitely good.
Yeah.
So I want to start it off with this though, right? Matter of fact, let's hold on. Let's go to welcome back to the Cultural Development Podcast. I am your host, Rome the Ruler.
And I'm Nick Franklin, the social introvert. It's good to see you all again.
So what I want to lead with is follow that YouTube. All right, go to at Rome the Ruler on YouTube. Type that in, Ruler RULA. All right, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Rome the Ruler.
At OK_Frank, FRNK.
All right, I want you to follow the Cultural Development Podcast as well with my wife Cassandra. Her Instagram is at Cassani. So go ahead, go to my page, find her, follow it. Let's run the numbers up first and foremost.
Absolutely.
All right.
It's time.
So, all right, Nick, I had some changes in my life recently.
Okay, what's going on?
Okay,
Talk to me.
so as you know, my last day as a working man was about a week and a half ago.
Yes, sir. How you feeling
Oh,
about
I
that?
feel good, man.
Yeah.
I feel good. Can't nobody tell me what time I got to be somewhere. Nothing.
Absolutely.
Right? And to go into that is, I took a risk, man. Right?
100%
Took a risk.
A huge risk.
And I'm saying, look, I got my financials together.
Yep.
I got my business moves going. I'm gonna go all in.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I did 10 years with the police department. I did the military prior to that. I'm set up with a pension for that. It's time to go ahead and bet on myself. You know what I'm talking about?
And I believe you have to. And like I told you, man, I'm so proud of the move that you made. Like stepping out, betting on yourself, all money in, and just going after it.
It's time.
It's hard to do.
Word up.
It's hard to do.
Word up.
Like I told you, I'm on my 2-year plan. I got these little student loans hanging on my back. If I can get them gone before I get out of there, cool. If not, I'll just pay for it.
Yeah. That's just, it's really hard to bet on yourself.
That's the hard. I think that's the hardest thing to do because the world beats you down so much. Just the world, not even forget the culture for a second.
Mm-hmm.
The world, every single day beats you down. And I think it's hard, man. It's hard to step away and say, nah, it's all me. I got this.
Facts.
I don't need no help.
Facts.
Divorcing the government, like you said, getting rid of the safety net, and knowing that it's all on you.
A rich man told me last year, and I'll never forget it. He said, look, young brother, the only reason why, he said, you got it. He said, the only reason why you're not rich is because you got a job. And I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
And he's like, as long as you got that safety net, as long as you know that check coming in, as long as you keep going to work and not going all in on one thing, he said, that's why you're not rich yet, because you got it.
Yeah.
It's like, I see it in you. You got it, man. You got that hustle. You got that work ethic, And everything I did up until this point, I did it at the highest level, right?
100%.
D1 track.
Yep.
Right? When I went to the military, I went and did the thing. I didn't just go, I went to a elite group, right?
Absolutely.
When I went to the police department, I was an instructor, right? It wasn't just, regular patrol. I went through them stepping stones. So when it comes to business, when it comes to this podcast game and the internet, I'm gonna be elite. We gonna do the thing. Man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. And I feel like, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about finances a little bit, and we talked about the salary. And I said, transparently, like I have fallen into the trap of, the salary thing, right? And like the job. And so for me now, it's like, seeing you do it, seeing Walt do it, like that's motivation for me. And, like I said, I just want these student loans off my back if I can make it happen.
You gonna make it happen.
At this point,
You gonna make it happen.
At this point, that's where I'm at.
You gonna make it happen, man. But it's been fun. I took a week where I said I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, just get up.
Like I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
But the week after that, I've been getting up. Shout out to my boy Leslie. We getting up, going to the gym 6:30 every morning. I'm meeting him, forcing myself to get up, and we getting after it, right?
Yeah.
And then, I'm doing my business thing, going to different spots so I could kind of sit down, work on stuff, work on the podcast, on the, content creation, but, just sitting at little spots. And people, what I realized during the daytime, if it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon and you go to some of these like restaurants or, internet cafes, it's a lot of rich people in there.
Yeah.
That are just like interested in what are you doing? Because I'm doing the same thing. We get to talking and networking and stuff. So it's a lot of that going on,
Yeah.
So that's been cool to experience. And to to know that it's on me, like to get up and do something.
Yeah, because
You
you
know
don't
what I'm
have
saying?
to.
I don't got to. I
Yeah.
could just be lazy.
Yeah, you can sit home.
Yeah, I could be lazy,
Yeah.
but my wife, you know, I ain't gonna let them down. I don't want them to see me just like
See-
you getting up and got the big like, yeah, y'all go ahead and about your day.
See y'all.
But nah, yo, I'm getting after it though. I think it's gonna be real fun, you know, with that extra time. And, you know, for the youngins out there, that motivation to be like, okay, I see it. Like, you know,
Right.
that can happen, right?
It's real.
It's real. You just gotta put in the work, put in the time, you know, and believe in yourself. Like at the end of the day, nobody coming to save me, man.
Nobody. You
Ain't
out
nobody coming to save me.
there. You are out there in the ocean.
Yeah, if Rome fell, Rome fell.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be nothing else. But that was my life prior to this too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like even as a kid, if I failed, that was on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't blame. Oh well, I grew up in the hood. This is the situation. That was nobody cares, bro. You're a grown man.
Nobody.
Don't nobody care.
Nobody
So
cares about your
yeah,
problem.
you gotta save yourself.
You got it. You got to save yourself. You got to swim. And, you know, it was funny. I seen something the other day where the guy was talking about being broke, and he said, yo, you know, having a job and being broke is different than being an entrepreneur broke.
Mhm.
Being hustle. You know what I'm saying? When you got a job and you broke, like the checks coming, you just might have.
You just got week to Wednesday.
Yeah, you got. You know what I'm saying? You got a few days in between. It's just like it's not really broke. It's just I don't have it right now. But when you're an entrepreneur and you're broke, you got to go get that bag.
Mhm.
Because if you don't go get that bag, it's nobody's bringing it to you. And I think that's the, like I said, when I see the way that y'all, you know, you moving, and I'm like, yo, it definitely for me it's inspiring, right? Because that's one of our principles is to inspire and to lead, right? And so, like I said, man, I'm proud of you, like as
Appreciate
a big
the
brother,
love.
and you know, as like a best friend and a business partner, like all the things, like I couldn't have wrote your story any better.
Mm.
You know, the story that you have is like, and I tell you all the time, I don't think you share it the right way.
Mm.
You know, but if you shared it the right way, it would be an exploitation. So it's a catch-20. People could view it as an exploitation.
Right.
You feel me? And so it's hard, but I'm proud of the way you're doing it. You're doing it your way, and like you said, the only way to fail is if you fail, and there's no one to blame. And so if I know anything about you and the man that you've grown to be, it's impossible. Failure is
Absolutely.
impossible. You will take L's and learn lessons, but failure is not.
It's not.
It's literally not in the wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's not possible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
It's not possible, man. And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The words of
That's
wisdom,
the-
big dog. I
the
really
love.
appreciate
That's
that.
always
Man.
love.
That I felt that one.
Yes, sir.
I felt that. And talking about my story, I think we're gonna do a podcast when we really deep dive into it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Let's
yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Let's
as
plan
men,
that.
as
Yeah.
men, from the male side.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think you and Cassandra definitely will address that from the parent side, but I think just having the male safe space to have the
Nah.
conversation,
Facts.
and like, cause it did affect you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And so we definitely got to touch on that.
Yeah, and it's a lot more than just me being in a relationship at
Right.
an early age. It's like it was a lot more before that, even in between.
Mhm.
You know, as a young black male,
Yeah.
you know, in that environment, you know, and you know what it took for me to get to where I am now, you know. So that's that's a dope one, man.
Statistically, you're not supposed to be sitting next to me right now.
Yeah, now I was supposed to have been
You're supposed to
locked
be
up
in a
or
box.
dead, man.
You're supposed to
That's
be in
a
a box,
fact.
but like 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
You were supposed to be confined to a box for eternity.
Nah, that's a
Statistically.
fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, man.
Yeah.
So we gotta dive into that. You're
Yeah.
right, because what qualifies us to speak? People don't even know that yet.
They have no idea about that.
Yeah, people who know me do,
Right.
but for the world to tap in,
Right.
we gonna have to tap into that story.
But I don't think they know. They don't know.
Yeah, not yet.
They don't know what I've like, and we haven't even really we've dove, but we haven't dove into it.
Mhm.
And so like, but just me having done working with people and working with different, I can tell some of the stuff that I see, and I want to hear it to see if I'm right. That's the arrogance of it.
Because I
I wanna see if
remember
I'm right.
when I met you, I was 21 years
21.
old, a baby,
Yeah, you was 21.
just starting the job.
Yeah.
You know, through a mutual friend we met, and I think you seen that journey being like, boom, oh shit,
Yeah.
oh snap, like
Yeah, I watched
that's
it.
crazy, you
Yeah.
know, and that's not a bragging. That's really like a It's inspiring.
Absolutely. No, and like I say, when I see, and this is the part where like giving people flowers and telling your brother you love him, right, and tell him you're proud of him. People, they look at like, oh, it's nah, bro. Like, I watched you grow. I've watched you go through some crazy stuff that, like, again, like statistically, you shouldn't be sitting next to me. We shouldn't be having this conversation. And it's just, you beat it. You won,
Damn.
regardless.
Come on, man.
If the apocalypse came today, and they go back and pull this data and they pull this foul, they can look and say Rome the ruler won. He was
Come
the
on,
winner.
man.
He was the winner, and it's hard to do.
That is, man.
It's hard to do.
That is, man.
You know?
We definitely got to run that story
Yeah.
up, man. So, what's in the news, man?
So, running with your story a little bit, coming talking about statistics, right?
Mhm.
And just the how things are going culturally within the culture, statistically, what was supposed to happen to you, we're seeing it. The media is showing it a lot.
Yes.
The media is showing it a lot, right? We got the situation in Minnesota, right?
Yep. Minnesota,
Where
the
the
fight.
fight broke out. We have, the president has mobilized the troops and federalized the DC police.
Yep.
And there was something else you had brought up too.
What was it?
I know those were two of the biggest
Those are
things.
two of the big ones.
It was something else. We'll probably it'll come to us.
It'll
It'll come to us. We and so, I mean, I think with both situations, I got mixed feelings, right? Because it's not cut and dry. But when we've talked about the Jacksonville sheriff a couple of times, the
Mhm.
guy down there in Jacksonville, and because he was the sheriff when the guy got punched through the glass through the car.
Yep.
In that press conference, he said something. He said, "Have you ever seen a pretty fight?" Or something to that extent. Fights aren't pretty. Fights are not pretty. So when you begin to start a fight, when you begin to start a journey, the outcome might not be pretty.
Mm-hmm.
You might take a L. You might learn a lesson, or you might just take a L. And so when you start a fight, you can't play victim when the fight doesn't go your way. And I think that's something that I saw, or what I'm seeing. But also, do we got to go 30 people got to jump into a situation though? But also, I don't know the dynamic of that group, right? If it was
From the Minnesota thing.
yeah, I'm talking about Minnesota right a second. Yeah.
Because the Jacksonville thing.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, the cop was fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cop. They doing too much over damn. It's over rain and lights. Like come on, bro.
Like that's one of them quota tickets, right? That was just something he's out there trying to get.
And that's an ego trip.
100%.
That's a complete ego trip.
You can't talk to me like that.
Yeah, like who you think,
Right.
And not the backslide, but to go to that, like you said, once he committed to being like, I'm the big bad wolf, he went all the way in and he looked foolish, but some people defended that.
Yeah.
It was people who defended that officer's action, and it was horrible. But going into the Minnesota thing, there's two narratives about it going on.
100%.
So
two stories.
It's two stories.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting from my point of view. What I'm hearing is that it was some Russian guys.
Yep.
Calling people out their name, acting a fool, and they fucked around and found out.
They threw a punch. Punched a dude.
Yeah.
I like, and forget the narrative. I just watched.
Yeah.
Turn the sound off. Show me what happened. And I think what gets me is the fact that, because I told you when it first started rolling out, that the police chief said there's two sides to the story, and y'all are only seeing one, which was the black people beating these people down.
Mm-hmm.
When the video came out of a dude getting punched, I'm thinking, oh, cool, like this gives me some more perspective. Everyone's gonna see what I saw. And I'm like, what are we? That's how I know that whatever we're in is not real.
No, this is a weird TV show, man.
This cannot be real. This
is a very weird TV show. There's two medias right now.
Yes.
Really is 1.5 because they're not really showing the other side. It's 1.5 media. It's like, look, the blacks are losing their mind, and that leads us to what? The whole black fatigue thing.
Black fatigue thing, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what Black fatigue started out with is Dr. Mary Frances Winters, wrote a book about Black fatigue and how Black people deal with pressures of having a code switch at work and
Yeah.
the little microaggressions and stuff like that happen as a as a Black person in America. Um, dealing just trying to maneuver,
Right.
and being treated different socially, right?
Mhm.
And now the narrative is being switched,
Yeah.
and it's saying, people are getting tired of Black people.
Yeah.
That's what you're switching to. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's exactly what it's saying. And so that Black fatigue, and to go back, just I'm gonna say this again, that being dehumanized,
Mhm.
it begins there, because it takes us into, kind of, like I said, the Minnesota thing is weird to me. We watched the dude throw a punch, and we watch him not be held accountable at all.
At all.
Like, you can't punch somebody, get beat up, and then you still have to be held accountable whether you win or lose that fight.
Absolutely.
In my opinion.
Absolutely.
In my opinion. The whooping that he got, was it a little bit much? I mean, yeah, maybe a little bit, but like,
you gonna
also,
get these hands
you
if
know
you-
what I'm saying? Like, but like the sheriff said, who defended the officers who punched that man, the black sheriff, no fights are pretty. And you can't punch somebody and expect to not get punched back.
Absolutely.
Man, woman, or child. And so when we start talking Black fatigue, it's like, I think that the Black fatigue narrative has, again, the other 1.5 parts of the media are looking at this thing in DC, and they're saying, well, the Black kids are out there killing everybody. I mean, yes, it happens, right? But like, the crime was, I'm just going off the data. They say the crime was down. They were saying that, the issues that they're having are much lower. Granted, if you go from 90 to 60, it's still not good. But if there's progress, we got to continue progress. I don't know if what they're saying is what it was actually for. And that's the best I can, that's the best I can describe it. Again, I don't think this is real.
I don't either, but and this is my concern about mobilizing the National Guard and doing all this stuff,
Mhm.
is coming from, prior law enforcement. If you make things a police state, it doesn't stop there.
No.
Right?
No.
Now that can be anywhere.
That's martial law.
At any time. Yes, that martial law. Once that started, all you got to do is say, oh yeah, that neighborhood too, let's do that here. Let's do that here. Next thing you know, the whole nation is under a national police watch, and then there's no way to check it.
There's no rights.
You not calling in to the army and say, I want to make a complaint on such and such when they come through with the tanks. They're gonna come through, and people just gonna get locked up, people can be thrown away or killed, and it's gonna be over. So
right.
It can lead to really bad problems when the real source of the issue is the economic.
Yeah, it's economics.
It's poor people doing poor people stuff.
Yes.
Right? So What happens? Every poor neighborhood, poor Black and brown neighborhood, really, right?
Really,
is going to be like, yeah, we're going to have to go ahead and send the National Guard over here.
Yeah.
Until there's no more of those neighborhoods, or those neighborhoods are
beat into submission.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to become a literal ghetto.
Yeah.
Where it's like, y'all can't leave now.
Yeah.
And so
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people have to really pay attention to those things, because some people are looking at it like, oh yeah, they about to go clean it up.
Right.
How?
Right. If you go back in history, remember what happened, and they say it always repeats itself. What has every dictator done when they felt like they were losing it? They guard the castle.
Come on now.
They put the guards around the castle so that the village can't come in. I'm just saying.
Every time.
That's all I'm gonna say, because I still want to be here tomorrow. I ain't trying
Yeah.
to mess with these people, man.
Yeah, no, it's
Just a conversation.
But the educational part of it is, again, people got to be aware of these things.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I even see some Black people thinking it's a good idea.
Right. Yeah. I seen a
Because
dude say, "Yo, they should do that in Chicago."
yeah, you
This
got
black dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, what they need to do is help fix the economic in Chicago,
Yeah.
help fix the education in Chicago.
Mhm.
That's how you fix it,
Yeah,
right?
prevention.
You go in there, you can't just go and over enforce, over police, right? Because it doesn't work. What that led to in the 80s and the 90s,
Push
right?
back.
And you got people doing 50 years for weed.
Yeah.
You got people in the 80s when they were over incarcerating and doing these things that literally had crack this big,
Yeah. You talking about yeah.
a hit of crack,
Yeah. Not
and they
even
would
OD.
never see the light of day again.
Mhm.
And now them kids ain't got no fathers,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When the father do come home, they not rehabilitated back into society.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He's 50.
yeah.
Yo, you think about it. If you got locked up in 1991, you missed, and I'm just saying, like, generally,
Mhm.
the average, you missed AOL dial-up internet,
Mm.
you missed CDs,
Mm.
you missed Yahoo, you missed Google, you never seen an iPad, an iPod, an iPhone, probably never seen an Apple computer.
No.
You can't function.
Yeah, you're no good. You're institutionalized, literally.
Yeah.
And when that happened, it was an overreaction,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The drugs came in and they said, all right, and everybody was for it. People was like pushing for them laws.
Let's get him out of here.
Let's go, let's lock them up.
Yep.
And they went over there enforcing so much that it led to a population of like I said, fatherless, kids,
Mhm.
Institutionalized men that come home, stuff happened to them. Now they doing the same things here, right? Now
Projection.
you get what I'm saying? Then
Mhm.
when the
PTSD.
gangs get big in prison, when they come home, now they done met people from other parts of the city. They done formed bigger alliances. Now the gangs is spreading,
They making calls from the prison to do something on the street.
shot called.
Yeah, they bring it PTSD. You bring it because, again, like I said, I know we all always talk about mental health and wellness. Like, yo, but these guys have there is a level of it's like literally post traumatic stress. That's what
Mhm.
it stands for. So like you go through something traumatic and crazy. How many you sit through 3 riots? I know I have, like, even in the school. Like, I've been through like about 3 like unbelievably chaotic situations. One time a kid threw a desk through a window. Yo, like, you can't be normal after that.
No.
And I wasn't even attacked. I was there. I can't. Somebody asked me the other day, like, what do you like to do? I was like, I don't really like to be out, like, because I can't turn it off. I can't turn, and I know it's got to be worse for you. Like, you can't turn it off and just relax somewhere.
No,
You-
'cause
you-
I see danger different than most people. You
Right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
Especially coming from the police side. All you go to is
Yeah.
the bad calls, and something's happening, right?
Mhm.
So when I'm out in the world, I'm thinking about somebody got shot yesterday over
In this neighborhood,
in that
can't go that way.
neighborhood. We ain't messing with that.
Yeah.
It's just so much stuff that comes with it.
Mhm.
So yeah, man, it's that PTSD that a lot of people have, that trauma that come from the black fatigue,
Mhm.
is real,
It is real.
right? But it's understanding that it's real. And
No, it's not. It's not understanding.
okay,
Who understands it? We understand it.
yeah, but the
'Cause
outside,
the people that need to understand it don't.
right?
So, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
but
you
like,
spitting.
it's not understood. It's not understood. It's not accepted. It's not. Because there's a difference between understanding and acceptance. We
Mhm.
don't accept the bad behavior.
No,
We say that over and over and over again. I do not accept watching a video of the Carnival Cruise and you got 50 black people in there beating the life out of each other.
No,
Like,
not at all.
I don't condone that. There's no excuse for that. Like, you could have did that at home. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's always flipped on us and Brown and it's always flipped, like, oh, they're just wild savage animals. And it's like, why do we continue to neglect of how we got to the point?
And that's what I mean by that's what I mean by the understanding or the education part of it is that we got to know how we got in this situation, and we got to know that we're in this situation in the first place.
Yeah.
Because there's some people who are blind to the fact that there is post-traumatic stress that come from it. I heard some people say post-traumatic slave disorder.
Yeah.
And it still is. There's still some traumas that trickle down all the way from slavery,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
And but in order to heal them traumas, you got to know that it exists.
You got to accept
And then when you accept that, then we can start fixing things, right? And that comes with fixing the violence within the culture, right? And that comes with the economic jump.
Yep.
Because again, a lot of crimes are poor people crimes.
They are poor people crimes.
I don't care what country you go to, whatever. The poor people in them areas commit the same crimes as the hoods in America.
Everywhere you go.
It's being portrayed though that's only some American black people stuff.
Yep.
It's not. That's poor people stuff.
Poor people behavior.
That's poor people behavior. Wherever you go,
it's the same.
It's the same
energy.
You can go to. You pick a country. They out there shooting, robbing. They got gangs.
The UK, France, they got ghettos and hoods out there,
Yeah.
and they're proud of it.
Yeah.
You seen the rappers is like who's got it worse? American blacks or these like yo. But that's the unfortunate part of that is an element of the culture that has to be eradicated. I think it has to be eradicated.
It does, man. And going in more in the black fatigue in the when the Dr. Winters was talking about it, she talking about how, at work you're forced to code switch and things like that, and that's real, man.
Yeah, we're not allowed to be upset.
No, you can get that angry black man stamp on you,
and you're done,
and it's over.
You won't get promoted. You won't get. It's over.
Yeah, and I seen it. I mean, come on, especially coming from our line of work.
Yeah,
you see, like you have to turn into, hey, how's it going?
You gotta put your phone voice on.
And I'm like, man, I don't talk like that.
Yeah, I don't talk like that.
So, with me though, I think I was so accepted because I didn't though.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, miss me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. And so for me, growing up here, like I grew up in such a mixed bunch of like everything. Like my neighborhood was just everybody. Even like literally my court right now there's a little bit of everything even in my court. And so I think I grew up like with enunciation and diction in my speech, and it just came from that. But it also came from music and having to learn how to do that and singing, growing up singing, learning how to say the words. But I think people get confused with how I like the proper and don't understand. Like I'm not doing that to like impress. No, like this is like it's me. Like, I'm gonna say how I say and say what I'm gonna say. How and it's tough. But I think that's where the respect that we get in our fields and at the jobs or whatever, that's why the respect comes.
Right.
Cause I'm not about to. You could tell when somebody's faking it.
Yeah, it just comes off as stupid. It's like, what are you doing?
I know you don't talk like that, and it is. And I just want to say something too, I love this conversation because it's like bouncing around. But I had to start when you were saying this. I think a lot of the poor people behaviors too come from like a lack of pride and self-awareness also. So like we talked about a few weeks ago, you're not gonna get a grown man with a house, a mortgage, a family, a career that's pushing forward, doing everything right to fight. He's not gonna do it. You got to bring it out of him, and if you bring it out of him, like we said, we may God have mercy on your soul. Poor people have nothing but their name. They don't own anything. They don't have no sense of identity, no pride. It's pride. So it's like, yo, you stepped on my shoes. I got to beat you up. We got to fight because these shoes is all. I'm like, bro, this couple $100, like, shoes, And so I think when you don't have that, again, it's just educating people. I'm not it's not okay to punch somebody because you stepped on your Jordans, but I understand why you did it because you don't have. What else do you have? That's the best thing you have in your life right now is that that brand new pair
Yeah,
of
they
Jordans.
about to act the fool.
You gotta act the fool.
But see, that comes from that term. I ain't got nothing to lose. If
Literally,
you ain't got nothing to lose, you will crash
you
out
will
over
crash
everything.
out at every single turn, and we see it. I see it all the time at the school. I'm watching these dudes who come from poverty. Every time something happens, they number one they take it personal, and then they gotta like defend their honor. It's like the back in the day when we was growing up. Yo, mama. Oh, now I gotta beat you up.
Oh,
You
you
know what I'm
crash out.
saying? But now it's like if somebody talked about your mom, you'd be like, my mom would be real disappointed in me if I fight
If
you
I
right now.
fought you. And so me growing up, right? I was that way.
Yeah.
Because that was my name was all I had. I didn't have the cool sneakers.
Right.
I didn't have all that. I would just we get some Chucks.
Yeah.
So we would be like, yeah, we
Step on that white part, I gotta get you.
yeah. But when, like you said, if that's all you have, then my name, like if you disrespected me, I'm punch you in your face so that way they can remember that part of me and I can get some respect.
Yeah.
Because don't nobody mess with the kid with the dirty shoes on if he could fight. You get what I'm saying?
Nah.
You ain't messing with him.
Leave him alone.
So yeah, it was always up. We was fighting at the park every time we played basketball. What you talk?
Right.
Because we had to stand on that principle of like, you not about to disrespect me.
Because that's all I have.
Because it's all I got right here.
All I showed up with was my name, and all I'm leaving with is my name. And so if that means that you remember my name as the dude that knocked you out because you was talking crazy, then yeah, that's my name.
And it travels,
Yeah.
And in them environments, it's like people gonna know, like, nah, they
leave
him alone.
Yeah, he got hands. He crazy.
Yeah, them shoes ain't dirty. Don't
Right.
look at them shoes.
Right. And so when you see other cultures that come from, if you know you got a trust fund, life is set up for you, college paid for, first car brand new off the lot, you can't fight. He ain't fight. That dude ain't fighting.
Nah, he ain't fighting. He'll pick on you though.
Yeah, he gonna be a bully.
He gonna talk.
Yeah, he gonna be a bully, but he's not gonna bully the kid with the dirty shoes.
No,
he's gonna bully the kid who might get a brand new car, but it's not a Tesla. It might be a Honda.
Yeah, it's a different type of behavior.
Right.
But
they're not gonna fight because they have things to take pride in. They have something. They do got something to lose. If they crash out and shoot somebody, their whole life is over when it was already handed to them. So I think there's that sense of pride. And so, like I said, I didn't mean to like go back, but I felt like that was on my spirit to say that, like the pride thing. Once I got to a point in my life where I was like, okay, I take pride in this over here. I take pride in my career. I take pride in the fact that I work hard to go to school. Like when I started taking pride and I had things to be proud of, what I'm fighting for. I'm only you. Only thing you could do now is disrespect the people that live in my house. And disrespecting is one. I mean hurt. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hurt.
I just hurt.
Yeah.
Or attempt to hurt.
Because you could talk shit.
You can say whatever you want.
I'm not about to crash out over that. If you come trying to hurt somebody,
yeah, then again, you got a grown man.
Yeah.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So yeah.
But yeah, that's but and I think the way we fix this whole thing, right? Again, going back to the Trump throwing the National Guard and all that, we need to fix it by giving our people that's in them environments something to lose.
Yeah, something to be proud of.
It's something to be proud of and something that's their own.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't have that, it's not enough National Guard that's going to stop people from behaving like poor people. Poor people need something to lose in order to stop acting like poor people.
There's more poor people than National Guard members.
Absolutely. So instead of turning the place into a damn concentration camp or a ghetto, we need to educate the people on how to get economically sound, right?
Yeah.
How to behave. But if we don't do that, then we're about to go to another mass incarceration event. Absolutely. And it's going to be the 80s and the 90s all over again.
Or worse, a civil war.
Absolutely.
I've been trying not to say that word, but like, it's what it feels like.
That's happening already.
Yeah, it's already happening.
It's a cyber civil war right now.
Yeah, it's a Twitter finger.
It's on Twitter, but it is slowly trigger or slowly turning into reality. Like this is going to eventually affect. Like I want to see how this school year goes, right?
Yeah, I'm not
Because
excited.
I think it's going to be a very visual divide between certain students because the internet is divided.
But let me say this though. What I this is just me. What I see from these young folks, they ain't on that.
Because I do understand that.
Yeah,
It is different because to the younger generation, our culture is cool whether you're black or white.
they love it.
So they do love it.
Hmm.
But with the way Twitter is going right now and some of these streamers and stuff, because we've seen a few racial incidents
Yeah.
last year
Yeah,
in the city, right? In the schools.
yeah,
But the way Twitter is, man, they are literally on there
Man.
cussing black people out, black
Yeah.
people cussing them. It's wild.
yeah. It's a wild space.
So like Black Twitter, you now have like a actual Nazi Twitter.
Yeah, it's like a real thing.
That's a real
Yo,
thing.
I seen a video up there the other day, and like I said, I go up there because it's not entertainment, but it's like it's kind of like, yo, I can't believe
I'm doing research.
what's going on, right? What's really happening? Because sometimes I feel like the only place to get the other side is to go to Twitter.
Yeah.
To like get like what are y'all actually? Because I gotta understand again. I gotta understand where your train of thought is so that I can address it. But like, yo, some of the comments that they're saying about the videos that's posting, because they don't post like white kids fighting. They like, you gonna sit here and tell me they don't fight? No, they fight. It's just not. It's not 50 of them, you know. And so, but when you see I challenge everybody. If you're not taking a break from social media, because I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and they like, look, I'm just taking a break from social media. It's too much, and I can respect that. But if you got a chance, check out X and just see some of the videos up there, and just look at the comments, man. It will blow your mind, the stuff that people say. But a lot of that stuff is bots and it's trolls anyway,
But most of it
you
is.
know. And so, because I'm gonna be honest, man, like what I see 90% of the time, not 95, 98% of the time, is humanity. Like I see people being decent people. Like if something's going on, somebody's gonna help, you know. But that small percentage, like you say, the kids at the school, you know, you give a special needs kid fried chicken on his birthday and make him dance like a monkey, and then you set up a lawsuit to sue the people that said that was racist.
That's crazy.
But it's happening, and you got people that are saying, well, I don't know, like I need the whole story. What?
Yeah. People saying they were really his friends. I wish you would be my friend and do something like that. Like, you get what I'm saying? What kind of that's crazy.
The kid that it happened to doesn't have the mental capacity to realize what's happening. Like people forget that like autism. I'm not an autism expert, by the way. I've just been around it. They're pretty literal. Like you can't really crack jokes. Like you can't be like, oh man, I lost my marbles. They're gonna be like, well, let's go get them.
Yeah.
You know. So for them, if they're telling him, oh, we're your friend, he don't know no different. He doesn't understand that what they're doing is wrong. So yeah, if they say dance like a monkey and they're laughing and joking and playing around, like, you know, and you know the school that I work at, they have a whole entire wing for special needs students, and they treat them like kings and queens.
Utmost respect.
I've never, I seen it once, and that kid didn't make it long. The kid that tried cracked it was like, yo, we will kill you in this school if you mess with any of them kids. It's not funny. Leave them alone. Like that's what I saw. But that ain't what they ain't teaching that up there on the other side of town.
Yeah, and what we're referring to is it's an incident that happened here when kids did a racist prank on a black student, and it's just it's crazy behavior, but it's happening way more
Yeah.
right now. Like
Yeah.
it's there's a cyber civil war right now that's going on that if you are on the internet, you will see it. Like, did you ever see the AI videos of them making like the racist, like racist black video memes and stuff like that
Oh,
with
yeah,
AI
yeah.
and videos and stuff?
Yeah.
I'm talking about, bro, they going
And,
crazy.
and it looks so real that if you're not smart enough to know it's fake, you'll go for it.
Yeah,
And you'll go all in and crash out on it.
yep. It's a lot of that going on, and again, I think that for one, it's we just had the election and all that, so
Mm-hmm.
people are people are doing these political um like these political trolls on Instagram, Twitter, and all that
Yeah.
to get people riled up.
Yeah.
Like the Russian disinformation and stuff like that was going on
Mm-hmm.
in prior years.
Yep.
They're the ones getting people spunned up
Oh yeah.
and getting people to hate each other
Mm-hmm.
and start a conflict within our country.
Yeah.
So like for the biggest thing in the news to be Sydney Sweeney in an American Eagle commercial
Oh yeah.
is crazy.
It is.
That should tell you right now that people are focused on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
If you having trouble paying your rent, but you worried about Sydney Sweeney, we got problems,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Or you worrying about Beyonce's concert.
Yeah.
You paying thousands of dollars to go see somebody at this concert, and you can't pay your rent. You got Section 8. We got priorities. We gotta have a priorities conversation.
And even on the other side, when Beyonce had posted some picture or ad or something where she had blonde hair. I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh yeah.
And you had a couple like CNN and all these people being like, she is culturally appropriating Marilyn Monroe and all that. I'm like, this is what we talking about right now.
This is what we're talking about.
They about to send troops into
neighborhoods.
Like, and y'all worried about Beyonce hair?
Yeah. Like if your kid goes outside during the curfew, they're gonna get bust upside the head with an M4.
And we worried about
Beyonce
and all these people. The priorities is way out the window.
Yeah,
so we gotta figure out how to prioritize life.
Yeah, like real life.
Like, we gotta fix this now because they coming, man. They about to kick in doors if y'all don't get it together.
Start dragging y'all
right out. When, like you said, somebody said, "Oh, they should do that in Chicago." They bout to.
Yeah.
They're about to.
Yeah. And listen,
what do you mean?
Hear me out when I say this, right? Because I love the right to bear arms conversation. We've had it, but like, all right, back in the day when they wrote that law, it was they had muskets, man. It took you 10 minutes to shoot one bullet. They don't even have to knock on your door no more. They can. You said what? There's a dude in Las Vegas right now in a cargo container playing a video game over your house with a drone. Doesn't matter what you have. You can have all the bullets in the world. If they want you, they got you.
Yeah.
So like and the way they're trained now, when we start talking about how to do better though, and so like when we talk about if you want to play soldier, go to war. But if this is what you see happening in your neighborhood, you 15 in the National Guard just rolled in your neighborhood, kicking down doors and beating up old people, and it hasn't got to that point, but like we know it happens because it happened in other countries. Like we've seen this happen, right? So you see that happen, and you like, I don't want to beat up Miss Ethel from up the road.
Yeah.
They think because that's all they've been exposed to is that if I join the military, I'm gonna have to beat up Miss Ethel down the road if her and her dog is barking too loud at nighttime. And so instead of like, again, concentration camps, y'all can't recruit nobody anyway. Go get them. Go give them something productive to do.
And that's what should have happened.
Yeah.
It should have been like, let's try to get the people in these neighborhoods jobs and put them in the military, and let's get them in government, whatever, to try to build up that, right? But instead, it's going to
violence,
lock their ass up.
Yeah. So
to your point, now these young kids are about to look at the American military like they're oppressors. It's war.
Yeah.
It's literal war. When y'all come through, they're not gonna be like, yay, the tanks is here. Because guess what? The National Guard not writing you a ticket for curfew.
No.
They're not writing tickets.
No,
if they snatch you up, you're getting snatched up. So we have to be aware that this is happening and say, somebody got to stand up for this. Somebody got to speak on it. Right? Chicago, fix Chicago before they come.
They're going to show up. They'll be there. And a lot of them soldiers that's out there don't want to be out there, but they're not gonna mess with their paycheck.
They gonna get their paycheck in the first and
Because
15.
remember, they tried to get away. They went there to get away.
Yeah.
So like, if you brainwash somebody enough, you'll make them believe they're doing the right thing, and that's the hardest part. Like, do we think that those neighborhoods have a problem that need to be fixed? Absolutely,
100%.
100%. Do we condone the behavior that we see in these videos and in these neighborhoods and even out and about? We I don't know if you saw me out when I was coming up the road. You was like right in front of me. Did you see the little dude on the
Yeah,
bike
yeah, I
holding
see.
up traffic, like sipping the Slurpee? And I'm like, number one, there was no sidewalk, so that's the issue. But like, yo, come on, bro. Like you on driving on the main road, so it's like I see it. But let's get him something to do. Why he not at football practice? Why is he not in the band? They gotta have some. These kids gotta have something productive to do and something positive to look up to. When you are seen as oppression, when you are seen as a demonizer, when you are seen as somebody who doesn't want to see me win, I can't get with you. I can't. What I'm gonna do? Because it's not the cops now. Because like they hate the cops because most young black kids, the first time they see a cop, well, poor black kids from the poor neighborhoods, the first time they see a cop is when they're arresting someone they love.
Yeah, it's a cop taking and they're enforcing something.
They're taking someone that
Mhm.
they love away. Now, granted, he might have killed somebody, so he had to go. But at 4 years old, you can't grasp that concept. And so when I see now, like I said, you see the army soldier come up the road who's like Call of Duty with you like, oh, that looks cool, and he busts Miss Ethel upside the head because her dog was out walking too late. Where we at? It ain't America no more.
No. And to sum this up, we need to fix it before they come in and do what they deem is the correct measures to fix it.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be what we need.
Nope.
It's going to further oppress us, right?
Mhm.
So as a culture, we got to come together. This is the time to come together and start planning, right? Come up with an actual action plan and say, all right, these neighborhoods is wilding. We get it. It's economic disparities. However, how do we change that? How do we get off of the government assistance and not be married to the government no longer?
Mhm.
Because as long as we're in bed to the government assistance and we don't take control of our situation ourselves, then we're at the hand of them, right? Of the government.
Mhm.
They're not coming to save you. I'm explaining this to you now. It's going to be education. It's going to be economics.
Mhm.
It's going to be values. That's how we fix our circumstances, right? So mentorship, community engagement,
Community programs,
outreach.
jobs.
You know, we
What-
gotta get back into the old days and say, let's have our own action plan,
Yeah,
right?
let's have a plan.
And I see a lot of people doing that. Like we're getting there,
Right.
but we can't debate with each other, right?
Yeah, we gotta stop fighting. We just gotta start.
We need a common goal. That's the problem is there's too many people that's like, I want this, but I want that. We need a common goal.
Yeah.
So let's all agree on something, right? And yeah.
And if the goal is like, yo, we want to stop getting killed, stop getting shot by the police or whatever if it's something that small, which to me is that's another day, another conversation. But like, you get there by educating the community, by employing members of the community, by saying like, yo, put the blunts down. Felt like, yo, you get there by doing these things of like holding each other accountable, saying we can't live like this. We are kings, we are queens, we are better than this. And you gotta say it, you gotta mean it. And what was the premise? How do we start this conversation? Betting on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta bet on yourself. Like, he's leading right now, he's teaching right now. Follow, right?
That's it. That's what we need.
Like, we gotta do better, because like I said, and I don't know where we are, with our time, but real fast, I'm seeing the other thing that I'm seeing is like, there's this new trend of like white only neighborhoods.
Oh, that's what you. Yep.
And so I knew we would get there. And so I said, wow, that's Minnesota, that's Iowa, that's North Dakota, that's South Dakota.
They making towns, not the neighborhood. They making like
towns,
the whole
full
town.
blown, like you're not allowed in here. And you know, you'll get the shallow minded people that can't see past their nose that'll say that's racist. Nah, bro, like I don't even. I think they're scared. They're running in fear.
If you look at, they're stupid people. Like
I
watched the video. These are not people that will be missed in society. Like
correct.
They're literally weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
They're the equivalent of the people that we don't want either.
Yeah, like y'all go ahead to them towns and we'll see. Y'all just go ahead and live. Nobody's gonna miss them people.
Nah, again, they are the equivalent of what we don't want in our neighborhoods, right? And so I seen a post where the dude said, see, he was talking about black fatigue, and he said something to the tune of like, you know what's interesting is that I don't see no black people saying that they wish they had their own neighborhood. See, that's how bad their culture is, or something to that effect. And so I got to chuckling because I said, you do realize that every single time that there's been an established, successful, thriving black neighborhood, y'all burn that motherfucker to the ground.
Literally.
Lake Lanier in Georgia, Central Park in New York, and you got Black Wall Street. That's just 3 of the towns that were successful, thriving. So like but that's that you're living in another world of education. You're living in, black people don't want nothing. They just want to live and be poor, and they want to like, nah. There's some people that just would be comfortable, and we talk about it, being on Section 8. Everybody ain't like that. If the ghetto was so bad, everybody that was successful wouldn't try to be successful to try to get away. So I think it's interesting. That comment was weird to me. Like, yeah, black people they should try to do this. And we have several times. And every time you burn it down. When the other day I had to take this drug prevention thing or whatever for like teaching the kids. And bro, that there's a opioid epidemic stipend. Did you know that exists?
No.
Yeah, the government has given the state of Virginia.
Oh yeah. No, I know exactly.
To like combat the opioids. All right, the opioids came to their neighborhoods. They're taking the opioids. Like, we're gonna sit here and pretend like meth addicts don't cause havoc. We're gonna sit here and pretend like the kids that strung out ain't acting a fool in like zombie lands and all of these big cities. That exists. It's just you don't see it on the news. There was no crack cocaine stipend to get help the families get back on their feet and to help educate. It was the war on drugs is what we got.
Yeah, the stipend, it was a stipend, but it went to the police,
law enforcement,
yeah,
and the military.
Yeah, it went to that. It just didn't go to the people to get help.
Right.
And again, that's where we're going now. Is you're going to have this which already is federal funding to local and state police departments saying, hey,
go
get them, and as long as you're making arrests, we'll give you millions of dollars. So it's going to lead to a crackdown because they want that money. They want that funding. So
you got officers making $300,000 a year in some states because overtime.
Yeah. So it's there's a definite war coming, and if it has not started already.
Yeah. So
be prepared and understand it, right? And that's how we combat it. Right, because it's going to be a mental war, first and foremost. But now I like that. This one was a deep one.
It was deep.
This was deep because it's a teachable moment. A lot of people are seeing it, thinking it, but don't really know how to speak on it correctly.
Right.
And coming from my background, I know danger when I see danger.
Yeah.
And this is it.
Yeah.
So put on your gloves and lace your boots, because if you ain't, we gotta get right. Come join the tribe, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll end it on this, man. Lil Wayne said, "I'm probably in the sky, flying with the fishes, or maybe in the ocean, swimming with the pigeons, because my world is different." Like Dwayne Wade. And if you want trouble, bitch, I want the same thing. Now let's do it. Hey, like, follow, subscribe, man. Like we gonna have fun, but we also gonna get serious because I'm not here to just make y'all laugh. I could crack a joke,
Yeah.
I could crack a joke.
But we're not at joke phase in the culture right now.
Nah.
We're in fixing the phase. We're in the fixing phase.
Yeah.
And again, we're gonna say some things you might not like to hear, but the truth hurts. And so we gotta do better, man. Like we gotta do better.
Let's do it.
We gotta do better.
Signing out. Rome the Ruler.
Nick Franklin, the social introvert.
Let's go.